Good day, students. Now we're going to look at solution to number 1, exercise C, found on page 58. That's in chapter 5 of book 2 of your Math 1025 booklets. And this one is asking us to solve each word problem using an equation. Set up an equation and solve the word problem. And state your final answer. State your final answer means it's a word problem, so state your final answer in words, okay? And we'll talk about that at the end. The problem reads, the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is 153. Find the integers. Now we could do this without any equation, but it's asking us to use an equation, so we have no choice. I mean, we could say, okay, I'm going to add 71, 73, 75. There's 3 consecutive odd integers. If I add those together, which sum means add, 4 plus 5 is 9, that's 219. Well, that's too high. I'll try 61, 63, 65, right? Which is 4, 5, 9, 180. So still too high. So it wouldn't take you long to come up with, 51, 50, 355. 3 consecutive mean in a row. Consecutive means in a row. So that would be 9. That's 100. Oh, now we're close. But we need to come down 6 more. So maybe 40, 147, 149, 151. Let's see what we get. That's 7. Carry 1, 10, 4, right? 47, right? What's that? 17 carry 1, that's 147. So, we're real close, and you can see we've come up with them closely. I won't give you the answer right away. So, how do we come up with that using an equation? Now, very first thing you got to realize about this is how you set this up, whether you have 3 consecutive integers, odd integers, or even integers, okay? Let's write 3 consecutive integers. Just 3 consecutive integers would be like 11, 12, 13, right? That's 3 consecutive, no odd or even, just 3 consecutive integers, okay? So if I have 3 consecutive integers, okay, there's an example, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so let's write it like this, 11, 12, 13. If I have 3 consecutive odd integers, then I have to go odd integers in a row. So if I start at 11, I would have to jump to 13 and then jump to 15. If I have 3 consecutive even integers, then I would have to start at an even, say 12, jump 2 to 14, jump 2 more to 16. So you can see pretty quickly that, okay, there are my numbers. Now let's say I don't know the numbers, so instead of calling this 11, I would call it x. Therefore 12 would be what? Well, it'd be 1 plus x plus 1, wouldn't it? It'd be 11 plus 1. And 13 would be 11 plus how many? 2. So there's 3 consecutive integers, not odd, not even, just 3 consecutive integers. If I have odd integers, then if I call 11x, I got to jump how many to get to 13? I have to jump 2, so this will be x plus 2 to get to 13. And jumping from x over to 15 would be x plus 2 plus 2, or x plus 4, wouldn't it? Now if we're doing even integers, I would start with, I don't know the first number, so it's x. How do I get to 14? Well, it's x plus 2. How do I get to 16? It's x plus 4. So notice it's the same setup for odd and even, isn't it? Because no matter what you start with, you've got to jump 2 to get to the next odd or even number. So odd and even, same setup. Consecutive, just the word consecutive, no odd or even, you only go up by 1, so it's x plus 1 and x plus 1 more, which is 2. Alright, so there's the difference. So let's get rid of all that and set up ours. So there's an explanation on consecutive integers. Now, consecutive odd integers, we know the setup. So if we let our first number be x, right? First integer is x, that's our first one. What's the next odd integer? We just went through it. It's x plus 2. What's the next odd integer? X plus 4, right? Equals, because that's what is, I'm at this stage now, equals 153. And sum, of course, means to add. So all I did there was add it and add it. So there's my three integers added up. So that's, then you simply solve the equation. So you got x plus x plus x plus 6, because I added the 2 and 4, equals 153. Add up all x's, you get 3x. 153 subtract 6. 3x equals 153 subtract 6 is 147. Of course, you divide everything by 3, and we get a total of 147 divided by 3. We get a total of 49. Okay, so that's our first integer. So this is our first integer right here. So this is 49. That means our next integer is this one, 49 plus 2, which is 51. Our third integer is this one, which is 49 plus 4, which is 53. So let's double check. We're saying it's 49 plus 51 plus 53. What do we get? 9 and 1 are 10, 13, carry 1, and look at that. So our answer. Now, state your final answer means write it in a word statement. So the three consecutive odd integers are, okay, so full statement, and then just list them, in this case 49, 51, and 53. So there's your final answer for this question. Over and out.